My restraining order expired, so let's go affordable perfume shopping. It's been 84 years since I last traversed the endless liminal vortex of Burlington, but seeing the same hodgepodge menagerie made me realize I was yet again at the point of no returns. There were good find, but seeing diamonds and rubies ominously hover like the Shining Twins felt like a disturbing omen. Good news though, looks like the weed killer is finally starting to shrink Elizabeth's garden. They did have an entire Britney Spears section with more fantasies than a One Direction fanfic writer. They had bathtub toaster fantasy, only fantasy, and nightmare, fantasy intense. If the lychee, cupcake, and chocolate radioactive disaster of the original wasn't as devastating as you like, finally you can smell as loud as your upstairs neighbor. And if you are the upstairs neighbor, they had two of Nicki Minaj's Horcruxes. Ho, the perfumes that you've talked shit about. And some more exciting celebrity fragrance, we have Smurfette Eau de Toilette after she LARPed Breaking Bad for a week. She's not afraid of Miami, Miami's afraid of her. And the Gag City pharmacies. They had Viva La Juicy La Fleur for those of you who wore a bump it in your senior photos, as well as Marc Jacobs jaundice and Marc Jacobs herpes. On a related note, they had a mysterious end cap with Adam Levine for her, which I can only imagine smells like Valtrex left in a guitar case. I've also never seen perfumes tied together in a mandatory 2-pack like Old Navy flip-flops. After browsing through Vanilla at War with community guidelines and a perfume that I guess is size 10.5, I figured it was time to go once Smurfette Lohan started asking me for cigarettes and loose change. Heading into the Marshall's perfume penitentiary, it was looking about as barren and washed up as Tori Spelling. The enclosure was also being haunted by the malign spirit of Oscar de la Renta. They had a Moschino toy set I'd never seen, though I'm not sure who in their right mind needs two amoxicillin teddy bears, let alone one. Then again, if you're buying Moschino toy, are you really in your right state of mind to begin with? And if you're not in a right state of mind and are trying to solve that problem by day drinking, they had Viva La Juicy La Bubbly. And despite chemical weapons being sanctioned by international law, they had Victor and Rolf Flower Bomb and Ariana Grande Pickle Bomb. They also had Michael Kors Sexy Amber under house arrest, and for the low price of $69.99, you too could smell like a cougar prowling around Orlando, Florida. After listlessly circling the glass in the hopes that something would magically appear, I decided to cut my losses and leave empty-handed, but not empty-pocketed. As always, let me know in the comments if you saw anything today that you would purchase, or if you saw anything that you would push into a bonfire. And if you saw anything you'd like me to maim myself with in a review, let me know that as well.